Proverbs 14:30. A tranquil heart is life to the body, but envy rots the bones. I don't know if you've ever heard the parable that Jesus told about the wine garden, but I'm gonna kind of break it down in summary. I'm gonna paraphrase a bit, but this is pretty much what he said. There was a man that needed some work done on a wine garden, and he went to get about three people. And when he got them, he told them, "Look, I'm gonna pay y'all $50 for the day to work. Is that cool?" They agreed to it. They came and they started working. They worked about half the day. When about half the day was over, the worker went to go get three more people to finish up the job. So he went to get them and brings them to start working. Once they all finished the job, the three that had just got there lined up to get paid first. So the three in the back that were already told that they're going to get $50 for the day see the people getting in front that had just came that only worked half the day. They came up and got their money, and he gave them each $50. So them waiting in line started to get excited. They're like, "Oh, okay, I guess we're gonna get more then, because they only worked half the day. So I guess we're gonna get 100, I guess." So when they get up to the line, he still gives them $50, and they're angry about this, and it's not fair to them. It doesn't make sense to them, and they're angry. And he tells them, "Why would you be mad at God blessing somebody else?" And this is such a powerful parable that he told here, because it's something that we all can relate to. I know I can relate to. Sometimes I might feel like I work harder than somebody, and I see them and they have so much more than me, or sometimes you'll have one thing. You might be sitting in your car and somebody pulls up next to you in their car, and all of a sudden you don't like your car anymore, or it can be plenty different parallels to where this can take your happiness, and envy is such a real strong thing, especially here in America. We're always in competition with each other. So just a tip to help people to kind of be more grateful for the things you have. One thing I would suggest is whenever you see somebody and your flesh kicks in right away, and you start having envious thoughts. You might see somebody, it's not always money. It might just be somebody's in way better shape than you, and then you look at them, and you start running things off in your mind like, "Oh, he's probably just built that way." He probably don't work out as much as me. So that's envy. Whether you want to believe it or not. And just all the little things. Even though it might be true, it's still envy. So you got to think of stuff like that. And the first thing I like to do whenever I see my mind get into this process is to think, maybe what if they have kids? And the first thing I do is just think about their kids, or think about their mother. I think about once you take your focus off of them and put it on their family, it makes you look at a person different. It makes you want them to have things, And also nothing that'll help, which I don't think is as healthy, but another thing that'll help is just for you to remember that people that have these things are sacrificing a lot of their time, more time than I'm willing to sacrifice. I can't just wake up in the morning and just be thinking about how I'm gonna make money and just be stressing about it all day. The Bible tells us that a true believer shouldn't have to toil all night and wake up early and toil all night for money. He said, because God pays the ones He loves while they sleep. So it's not something that you should just be worried about all day. Go to work. When you're done, be off. You don't always be stressing about money. What you have, you don't have. What you have, you have. What you don't, you don't. So just remember that a lot of people that have all these things, they spend their whole day, their whole life on it, and if you're willing to sacrifice that for things, then you can have the same thing. But to me, it's just not worth. You can't enjoy something when you spend all your time thinking about how you're gonna get more. So just remember that a lot of people that have these things are probably more miserable than you. because they're just stressed out. And the more things you get, the more responsibilities you have. You know, before you have a car, you know, it can be a pretty simple life. After a while, you get your car, then next thing you know, you got gas, and you gotta pay your car note, and then, you know, it's the same thing with rent and bills. You know, the more things you get, the more stress it adds. So just remember all the responsibilities that people that have more than you have, they have more responsibilities. Remember they have families. Remember that it doesn't make them happy, and that's a hard thing for you to see, because a lot, especially when you see people in public, they put it out as if they're happy. You know, everyone wants to make it look like they're happy, and happy is something that when you see a person smiling, it doesn't mean you're happy. You know what I mean? I don't walk around smiling all day, but I definitely have peace because my mind is always thinking about learning about God. And that's just one of the most exciting things for me, because the more I learn about God, the more I become interested in Him. The more I become interested in the Word, the more I just start noticing that hours and hours of my day just blast past, and I don't even notice. And it's like purpose is, you know, and it's not nothing tangible. It's something that I have in my mind. It's something that's gonna last me for eternity. It's something that's gonna be a help for me when I go to heaven. You know, so there's a whole different type of peace that you can get through learning this word. So just remember this parable that Jesus told about the wine garden. Don't get mad because somebody somebody might do the same work as you, but they might get paid more. But don't worry about that. Worry about, at first you already knew what you were going to get paid. You knew that already, and you were happy with it. So why would you let somebody take your peace? So this is something to think about. God bless.